This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello viewers, you're watching Pulse of Africa. I'm Jalani Tesfaye for the main news. First, our top stories for today. Africa continues its push for a permanent seat on UNSC. Ghana signs $2 billion oil deal to extend production license. Global energy investment to reach record $3.3 trillion in 2025. Now the news in detail. Tourism in Africa is surging in 2025, driven by new flight routes, airport upgrades, hotel growth, and easier visa access. 8 countries, including Senegal, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, Rwanda, Mauritius, Seychelles, Cape Verde, and Ethiopia have driven the continent's tourism surge. Senegal, Ethiopia, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, Rwanda, Mauritius, Seychelles, and Cape Verde are leading the surge in Africa's tourism growth. According to Travel and Tour World, these countries are seeing record tourist arrivals and are actively championing a unified African visa to enhance cross-border travel. At a high-level virtual meeting led by Africa CDC, African leaders urged increased local production of cholera vaccines as 99% of cholera deaths in 2025 occurred on the continent. Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema emphasized the need to boost local manufacturing and reduce reliance on external donors. AU Chair and Angola's President João Lourenço said cholera is a major barrier to Africa's development, not just a health issue. World Health Organization Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus said in 2025, Africa has reported 2/3 of all cholera cases globally and 99% of all cholera-related deaths. The East African crude oil pipeline has reached 60% completion, according to Tanzanian media reports. The $10 billion project, which spans 1,443 kilometers, continues to progress despite earlier difficulties in securing financing. The project is one of East Africa's largest energy investments and is expected to boost infrastructure development and local employment. In addition to transporting crude oil from Uganda's Tilenga and Kingfisher fields to the Tanzanian port of Tanga, the pipeline's design includes optical fiber infrastructure, which could support digital and logistics services in under-reserved areas. The project is expected to carry up to 246,000 barrels per day. Africa's campaign for permanent representation at the UN Security Council continued with the 13th AU Committee of 10 CC meeting in Lusaka, Zambia. The continent is demanding at least 2 permanent and 5 rotating seats under the Commission African position, citing underrepresentation in global decision-making. Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema called for unity, stressing that limited African influence hampers efforts to resolve regional conflicts. AU and UN officials backed the push, calling it a necessary correction of historical injustices and vital for global peace and security. In other news, Saudi Arabia has announced the launch of the world's largest cooling system at the Grand Mosque in Mecca, where pilgrims are gathering to perform the Hajj pilgrimage. More than 1.4 million pilgrims have arrived in Saudi Arabia to perform Hajj, which kicked off yesterday. Saudi authorities promised to take all necessary measures to ensure the success of the Hajj season amid scorching temperatures. The newly launched cooling system has a capacity of 155,000 refrigeration tons. According to the report, the system is set to ensure that temperatures at the mosque remain between 22 and 24 degrees Celsius. Vietnam ends 2-child limit policy. Vietnam has ended a 2-child policy aiming to meet population challenges as the Southeast Asian country has seen a decline in fertility rate. Lawmakers approved the changes to the population law, granting couples the freedom to decide the number and timing of their children. Health Minister Dao Honglan said the reform aims to address regional birth rate disparities, prevent population decline, and ensure sustainable development. The fertility rate has dropped sharply from 1.96 in 2023 to 1.91 in 2024, the lowest level in the country's history.
The story of resurgent Ethiopia and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Moving on to business news. Ghana has signed a $2 billion deal between the government and key energy partners to extend the Jubilee and 10 oil field licenses to 2040. The agreement includes drilling up to 20 new wells and aims to boost proven reserves, increase gas supply, and lower consumer costs. Energy Minister John Abdullahi Junapur said the deal secures long-term energy production, supports economic growth, and promotes sustainable practices. The Memorandum of Understanding also includes training initiatives, gas pricing reforms, and infrastructure development to strengthen Ghana's energy sector. Global energy investment is expected to hit a record $3.3 trillion in 2025, fueled by a sharp rise in clean energy spending, the International Energy Agency said in its annual report. Clean technologies, including renewables, nuclear, and battery storage, will attract $2.2 trillion, double the amount for fossil fuels. Solar power will lead the surge with $450 billion in projected investment, while battery storage spending is set to grow to $66 billion. Despite economic uncertainty and geopolitical tensions, existing energy projects remain largely unaffected. The IEA notes that batteries will play a key role in stabilizing renewable energy by storing excess power and releasing it during high demand. Before concluding, let us provide you with the latest updates on global commodities prices. Now to weather updates. That is all for today, and thanks for watching Pulse of Africa.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.